had a couple of emails. So am I coming? Are you hearing me okay?
Yeah, fine.
Perfect, yeah.
So if you've got any questions around what's in those emails or what's on the Facebook page, then let me know. I've put my mobile number on there, so you can either message me through Facebook or send me a text message. Either way is fine. If you've got any problems connecting, or you know anybody who is actually receiving the emails because we've got the wrong email address, just ask around and check that everybody's getting the emails. And then make sure that we catch up with everybody. Next week, we've got a speaker. Gavin, do you want to give us a big quick update on Jane Lazenby?
Yeah, they're going to be sending out the link for the next meeting, and she does a talk on working with textures. She does like to take some pictures from the group as well, so if you've got any pictures you'd like her to have a look at, you know, let us know, and we can obviously get that to Jane as well. So I'll be sending out the details and a link to you shortly after this meeting.
Okay. Gavin, what's the deadline for any images that we might want to send in for Jane to have a look at?
I'll probably say Monday to give her enough time for her to have a look at the pictures. So I'll include that in the email to everybody.
Okay. Okay. Anything else from anybody before we make a start?
I've just got one observation more than anything else.
Oh.
Yep.
And it was just seeing Karen's video, and it was just to let you know that the Oldham Museum are doing a 1970 memorabilia, and I think your lampshade will fit right.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
That is a vintage, actually. It's been up there for years.
Sorry about that, I couldn't resist it.
Just see the others.
Without further ado,
I'm all embarrassed now.
Don't worry, we'll get him when lockdown's finished.
I'll change it for next week.
no, don't spoil it, Karen.
Okie doke. So, we're doing the appraisal, the online appraisal. We've got 6 people have put in, they've all 6 images. So we're all ready. You're all able to unmute yourself. If you're going to make lots of strange noises, mute yourself. And other than that, let's go. So this is Rosie's. Ros, I've lost you. We've lost your picture again.
I'm gonna can.
Don't know where you've got to. Right. Have frolicking swans. Who's going to make a start?
I can't see them.
There we go. Just a second. We've lost her. She fell out. She's back in again. Or about to be.
Rosie's on mute as well.
Not in yet.
I've got her in twice.
Nearly. Come on,
My
Rob.
video keeps cutting out. Hang on, I'm just going.
Ros, you're on mute.
Ros.
Mike, why don't you mute everybody and then you can unmute and then to speak.
There are no devices.
Right, Rosie's
Can you
having
come-
technical issues.
Yeah, can you come back to Rosie's after when she can get back on?
Yeah.
Yep. So we will move on quickly. And we're into appraisals images, whoever appraisal happens to be. Let's have a look. It's Malk. Malk, we can't see you, but
You're on mute as well, Malk. That's it. We can't see you though.
can't hear you either. Speak to us. Malk, can you hear us? Malk.
Is it still coming out of his
Got
Alexa?
mic. Malk said he's got no mic.
Oh, you've no mic. Okay.
Okay.
Well, in that case, you'll just have to listen, won't you?
Or he can type.
You can type, yeah.
I'll pick up the messages. Well, everyone will see the messages.
Well, it depends whether they're looking at them or not.
Yeah, I can tell you what they're saying.
Right. Okay, here we go. This is the first one of Malk's, and this one is waiting for the big one. A long time to wait. There's no big ones out there. Anybody?
So,
comment?
Malk, what do you want to do with this image? Is it for a competition or is it just to see what people think of it?
I think he's going to be waiting a long time for the big one.
Yeah, very long.
Possibly competition, but seems a little flat.
Yeah, I think you've got some beautiful colours in there, some lovely lighting, but overall, particularly in this corner, it's very dark. You've no whites, you've no light stuff in there at all. But it would need bringing up quite a lot.
I also think it just needs a bit better crop. I think there's far too much of the sky and the bottom. I think, crop it in a wee bit more.
It depends what you're trying to say. I
Yeah.
know what you mean, because the interest is this one bloke in the middle.
Yes.
Sky,
He seems a bit lost in the photo, to be honest, I think.
that sky's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
But this,
For
I
me,
like the reflection of the sky and the yellow on the beach.
yeah.
I like,
For
I
me,
like the
if
reflection.
you'd have taken a lower angle, so he brought the, so his knees was at the horizon, it'd have been a more prominent image. So if he'd have got down, maybe he got a bit closer and got lower down,
Yeah.
he'd have brought on the horizon.
Yeah.
And it'd have been a much more powerful image.
would have been very powerful image, that, I think. But this sort of gets over that being alone feeling. That does come across really well. But the rest of the image isn't strong enough visually to keep you interested.
I think I'd like to see a bit more orange rather than yellow.
Yeah.
I think if you open the saturation a bit with the yellows, that would bring it out, and then it would stand a bit more, and the blues would come in. I think I like the image. Apart from, I think it is flat because of the colours.
Yeah.
You put saturation in that, and it's a completely different picture.
Saturate, bit of brightness, and if you want to concentrate more on the figure, lose that bottom dark bit across there. If you don't lose it, you've got to brighten it up because it's far too dark. So
I think if you do crop that first inch off, Mike, it also drops the horizon and him, which is good.
Yeah.
Moment it's quite central.
Yeah.
Not bang on central, but that bothers me where you drop it down a bit and it's not. Then it gives you. I think it would look more lonesome with it being low down.
Yeah. So is that okay?
Yeah, says he'll give it a go.
So moving on, we have A gull full frontal.
Yeah.
Anyone want to say anything?
The
It's a
next,
shame.
the-
I was going to say it's a shame the feet aren't symmetrical, but they're over to one side.
Yeah.
It's a shame we haven't got all the left wing on. The bird's left wing.
Yeah,
Unless
Mike's
I'm missing some of the picture.
You are. You are.
Ah, okay.
Going off what I can see,
Dead
Hang
sense.
on.
I think the head
Oh,
and
I
the
found it.
shoulders are a bit burnt out, but it could be because I'm looking at on my laptop.
It's very close. It's hard to tell here. Maybe. Now, you may, Mark, have enough in your raw file to bring those back. If you haven't, sorry, forget it.
So, Mike, just a quick question. I've just been thinking, are we going to have to look at how we process our images slightly differently? Because we're all viewing them on different things. Some are on screen. I'm on like an iPad screen.
Basically, if you're doing stuff for projected, you never know how it's going to be viewed.
Yeah.
Absolutely no idea whether it's going to be on a good projector, a crap projector, on a good screen, on a tablet, on whatever. You've no idea. So
don't push your limits towards your highlights and don't push your limits towards your shadows.
That's right.
If you're somewhere in the middle and you're stacking it in your favour, then aren't you?
Judge, whoever's judging them will have them in their original form, and they will be judged on a reasonable, one hopes, monitor at the right size.
Yeah.
Will not be viewing what's being broadcast.
You hope.
Well,
I think you needed to be on a faster speed on that one. It's just how there's not a lot of feather detail.
There's not a lot of detail. I think it's probably blown up a little bit much. The bit that really worries me is that bit on the wing there, where the light has just caught the whites there and it's just completely blown out. I don't know whether you can recover that. But I love the shape. I love the background. I like it coming straight on. Yeah, you lose the symmetry a bit with the legs, but I don't mind that so much. I quite like a little bit of broken symmetry, and that just breaks it enough. And the beak is just ever so slightly on an angle. So I think the shape works really well. The size works really well, but the quality is perhaps not there. So you need to give it a go. Seeing whether you can tidy it up or not. Okay? Okay. Right. The Hunter.
Too much across the top that's not needed.
Yep.
Because to be fair, you've got half of your image is interesting and then you've got half of it is nothing. I know it's environment enough, but them top two bricks, for instance, you've got a twig going across the top, not needed. These twigs to the left need cleaning up.
Don't need it.
And there's a twig on its backside, some on its backside there, it could be darkened down a bit. And then the last bit is the green thing in front here, this leaf. And then once you've cropped it there, cleaned them up, we can start to have a look at the image then.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
Unfortunately, it's not sharp enough, Malk.
And you lost a tail as well.
Yeah. There is, but it's wherever it is, it's stuck behind it.
Yeah.
The plane of focus is just in front of the fish, and the beastie itself isn't sharp. So it's never, ever going to win any competitions. Sorry.
But it's brilliant capture.
Oh, great capture, yeah.
Spend your lifetime trying to get that, can't you?
Yep, you certainly can. And you've got to get it.
Like,
You can.
not material.
But for competition, isn't going to work. Oh, David. Hold on. Let's get somebody else in. Oh, he looks a happy chappy, doesn't he? Well, apart from being a miserable old git,
Can you bring up the whites in the face?
So it's a bit red, isn't it?
Yeah.
it is very red. Hey, David. Welcome to us.
What happened to the grape?
David, you're on mute. I don't know.
I think whatever you've done on processing has flattened the image a bit. If you brighten up the face and the front bit on the chest just a little bit, then you'll get a more 3D look instead of a flat look.
Yeah. On the face, the greys sort of dominate, except the greys are pink. So you need to correct
the
over pinkness of it. Watch your greys on there, and then tidy that right up. So you need
Bless you.
Okay.
and get some contrast back in the face. Bring the brightness up overall, and once you've taken that down, you can bring it up quite a bit. And I'm not sure what this really dark area is behind. If you are going to use it in competition, you really do need to put a key line around it so we can see where the edge of the frame is, particularly back here. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm seeing that his hair has blended straight on this. Oh, actually, when I move my head, I can see it a bit more, but it's still blending into a little bit too much into the background. You can lighten that up with a dodge. Mm-hmm. If you're dodging curves, then it will keep your colours as well. Mm-hmm.
Would it be better in a composite, Mount said?
Depends how good your composite is.
Depends what you put it in.
Yeah.
The other thing that I noticed is the chin, the bottom of the chin. You know, like where the white is that part of his beard, or down there?
It's where the white goes. It goes round there and round there and round there.
It just looks a bit odd, doesn't it? There's no definition of the chin there.
Add a little bit in Photoshop around his neck.
Mm. Yeah. So possibly if you bring the colours back right, and then we could have a look and see whether it would be okay for a composite.
And the next one I'm going to look at is, are the eyes sharp enough?
No.
Because without the eyes being sharp, it's not going to do an out, unless if you could put it in a composite, you'd be all right, because it could be sat quite a way back. But if it's going to be, as it is, a straight-on portrait, without them, they don't grab me at all at the moment.
That eye's sharp. That one is not so sharp, but you could cheat.
Get away with that, yeah.
Give it a little bit of an edge, a bit of contrast around the edges there to make it look sharp.
I'd brighten the eyes and all, but if you're going to brighten the face, that will happen anyway.
Yep. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
That's okay.
Let's get to the right bit. The duelists. Yeah, I think it's a great idea, that. What's that, me? Have I just scribbled on it? Or somebody else scribbled on it?
It's me, that.
It's you scribbling on it, is it?
It is.
Oh.
Mount said, is it too grainy?
Yeah, a little bit.
I did one of these when I first started, and I'm going to tell you the same things I saw. This big V pulls your head too much. This here. Getting low down is great, but what we're looking behind is we've got this cow muck or bird muck on the fence, and that's in a bad place. Highlight on the rut, right in the middle. So they need taking down a bit, but you've got a big V which is causing you trouble. After you've looked at the two animals, you're looking at that big area. That's just what I see.
I think really, this is another one that's too dark. I've got to sneaking suspicion that your monitor might be too bright and you're making them a bit darker than it needs to be. But the image quality on this image isn't going to go much further. You're not going to be able to brighten it up because this one is already going quite noisy. It's just about livable with, but once you brighten it up to the right level, it's going to be far too noisy. But it's a great moment. You're getting some super actual shots. I think it's brilliant. But you need to get the quality there. Your technicals need to be a bit better. Yeah? Is that okay?
Just another thing, Mike. If this was right, I think the deer on the right, that leg would need to be coming down a little bit, wouldn't it? Bit too bright. Front leg.
Front leg, that one there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would be brighter than this. It needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
Really does need a lot of work. And I'm not sure there's enough quality image to support that amount of work. Once you come out of the crop and go bigger, then these bracken that's over here is going to be a lot more and become a lot more dominant. And you're going to lose that simplicity.
I thought it were a tattoo.
Yeah, Malk said he has cropped into it heavy, so that could be the problem.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why we got all the grain.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So my watch says 5:02. What time does everybody else make?
4:02.
5:02.
Yeah, 3 minutes too.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go for another couple of minutes and then we'll have the break.
Mike, I think you skipped a great crested grebe there of Malk's as well.
Apologies.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yes, I did.
There you go.
I did mention that.
Yep.
Now that is very good.
That's super, yeah.
That one.
Great shot, Malcolm.
That's brilliant. That one.
Superb.
Completely jealous. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm gonna mention, again, I'm only going off my monitor, is the chest and the white bit under the eye. It looks. Can we bring something back into them?
There's plenty in the chest. That's absolutely fine.
That's all right.
It looks okay on mine, Ed.
It looks okay on mine as well.
But
That area of the eye isn't.
that bit round the eye is gone. You might pull that back.
The fish as well.
This bit
under the belly.
Yeah.
Particularly that bit. Again, you need to pull it back. I'll just give it a bit of texture.
Apart from that, that's very good.
Yeah.
Super. Brilliant
shot.
Malk said he'll have a look at that and try and bring some of the whites back. I'm just repeating in case anybody isn't reading the comments.
That's very good, that.
If you've cropped in quite tight on that, you could easily give us some more.
Yeah.
Don't
Have
be.
you got any of the reflection of the fish down at the bottom that's been chopped off?
Okay. Right. It's time for a clap if we're going to go for a clap.
See you later, folks.
Okay, we'll see you back at 1:15, I think we said, so you can get a brew. So don't need to sign off.
You don't need to leave yourselves in.
Yeah, leave yourselves in.
I've got another commitment, so I won't be able to come back, but I've enjoyed so far.
Okay.
All right, Pat. Nice to see you.
See you, Pat.
Bye-bye.
Mike, did you see the note that came up that said that we weren't going to get kicked out?
No.
Yeah, we had a note that came up near the beginning that said that we've been upgraded and we're not going to get kicked out.
Didn't see that one. Okay. I'm going to mute everybody so we don't pick up any untowards.
Okay.
Right, I'm all set now. Although we're a bit early, we did say we so
Take what?
people chat.
a look rough
Mark,
tonight.
your selection, the pictures you did at Daisy Up were very nice.
Hmm?
Mark, you put a
Oh,
picture up on
thanks,
Daisy
Steve.
Up.
Yeah.
Very
Cheers,
nice.
Steve. Yeah, just an idea. There's so many permutations for that.
Yeah, good captures there.
Thanks, Steve. How's Christine and John? Does anybody know?
They're coping.
Anybody? Yeah.
Yeah.
How's everybody else coping? All right.
Yeah. Bit stir crazy, but never mind.
Yeah, this last week just seems to have affected me more than the others, I think.
The Stella sent my mind off it.
I've got my gin and tonic.
Why has it affected you more this week?
I don't know. It's just like you sort of sink into something, don't you? And then you've just got to pull yourself out of it. I don't know. Maybe it's my mum hasn't been so good this week. So, you know, maybe I'm worried about her than I thought I was. You know, can't get in to see her that often. Because I used to go down every other day. I'm going down one week with the shopping. You know, so, and she's 92, 93 this year. So, you know, no matter how many times we tell her, you can go down and use the dryer in the common room, she keeps telling us that she's been told she can't use the dryer. You know, so she's just getting more confused and she doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, it is difficult.
Somebody asked, sorry, I didn't see who asked about Christine and John.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you all knew that Christine's mum had died last week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Post, yeah.
Saw the post, yeah.
Yeah, they had, my auntie died a couple of weeks ago as well, not corona related. She was getting on as well, but they had to have a funeral. She's got about 7 or 8 kids, so you know the family is ginormous because they've all married and they've all had huge families. So there must be sort of close to 100 just direct people that wanted to go to the funeral, and of course they could only have. So I think they streamed it in the end, which seems to work quite well.
I think that's what Christine's doing.
Yeah.
Well, on a positive one, Elaine's, my other half's 93-year-old auntie went into hospital, non-corona related, got corona while she was in hospital, has come out and has just come out of isolation at a nursing home. She's doing fine. So,
Oh, that's good.
Good. Some of them are just tough nuts, I think.
Yeah. Some of them will just keep going and going and going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know. I think my mum's got Energizer batteries in her. She reminds me of one of the Energizer bunnies.
Tyson, shut up.
Well, if it's true what they say about only the good die young, I'll live forever.
Les.
Right, are we?
Yeah.
Still got
21 of us back on.
Yeah. Ross, have you got your sound back? You can type if you can't. We're not hearing you.
Right. Okay, we're ready.
Ready when you are.
She thought she sorted it, but Ross, do you want us to go through your images and you can type like we did with Mel?
Okay. Let's go back to the beginning. Hopefully. There we go. Right. Frolicking swans.
That's one way of describing it.
Yes, well, they're doing one of the 3 Fs, so you're doing all right. Right. So for king.
Doesn't look so sharp. There's.
I don't think it is sharp. I think your problem is it's a little bit underexposed. So we are losing the detail on particularly the front one, but the front one is not sharp. It's through the head of one behind and the young lady.
It's all a little bit cluttered.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Ros agrees.
Yep. Come on, do it. Do it. All right, don't do it.
Oh, that's nice.
Ah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I like that.
Very nice.
Yep.
It's unfortunate that one just into the background or follows it round.
You would clone that out though, wouldn't you, if you wanted to use it?
Cloning all that out behind.
Well,
Yeah.
That would take some cloning. That.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Right.
I could give it a go. It depends if you wanted to use it or not. Give it a go. Always game.
But it's still a good image, that.
Yeah.
It's got a good feel to it. It's quite very pleasant.
Because I think the photo she did before was 4 of them, wasn't it? Black and white before, or was it? She didn't. She posted a picture with 4 of them back together again. You know, like together. But this stands out quite well on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick the right one there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if that's the full frame, Ros, you could crop down there, here. So you have that just that corner.
Yeah.
That would be a lot stronger. It has that distraction, and you have that. Might be worth giving it a try if you've got enough pictures to play with.
And darken the back a little bit.
You could try, but there's not a lot of difference.
Like saying crop, do the what's it? Cloning.
Can't tell what you're saying.
That.
You do.
Sound like Colin Crompton.
I think
Norman Collier.
Collier, that's the one.
If you darken the light bits on middle, that back one we're talking about, the middle up diagonally, if we darken the light bits there a little bit, then that won't be that bad, that.
You might get away with it.
Is the colour some chromatic aberration, or is it just as it was?
No, it's not. Fairly sure it's not chromatic aberration. Could be.
I think Ros processed it
Yeah.
No, she messed with it.
It has definitely been made. Yeah, because the chromatic aberration will be on the edges rather than in the middle.
Middle, yeah.
Well messed.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, maybe worth doing some.
Okay. I've got an echo again.
Yeah, I don't know where from.
Oh, the cassette.
It's different.
It is, yeah.
It's got a nice retro feel about the picture as well as the subject.
Nice, that's a really nice idea.
Mm. I quite like it.
I didn't hear everybody then. Did Steve say something?
I said I could think of a lampshade it could go with.
Aaron, you can get him when we're back in the blue room.
Yeah, that's 3 strikes and you're out, mate.
You will be getting him in vanillas when I fetch him in next time.
Well done. No, I like that, Ros. It's really nice.
a different one than the one you just
Excuse me a
showed?
minute.
Again, Vince.
You're breaking up now. Is that a different view than the one I was just?
I think we're all struggling a little bit, minute.
Yeah, for some reason.
Well, hopefully it's not Virgin like it's Monday.
So it's you, is it?
Not tonight, it's not. But on Monday it was. Virgin just dropped me. That's why I disappeared away. Plonk.
Yeah. No, I'm mine's Sky. Mine's been all right. Oh, yep. No, I like that one.
Yep. We like that. Wrong button.
Yeah, bit of futuristic looking retro.
A mallard. Right, what do we think of the mallard portrait, folks?
More saturation.
Quackers.
Yeah, the colours seem a bit muted. But the bit I'm going to is the bit just above his beak.
Yeah.
The puddle.
Yep. That bit of a behind. Really, really distracting.
Yes.
So I suppose if you could do something with that, then
Might be able to, but
it should be able to clone into that quite easily.
as long as you can't see the
Bring up the colours a little bit, might work.
Yeah, it's only gravel.
More saturation and a little bit more contrast, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
contrast is a little bright, particularly on the face. Yeah.
Yeah, brighten the eye up, bit of the colour, contrast to saturation, like Ron said, and get rid of the puddle.
Problems you'll have though when you brighten it up is that stone, that one right behind head there, and these round here are a lot brighter.
Can she not do it with the brush?
Yes, you can just do the duck. Try just doing the duck.
Careful you don't miss.
Well,
yeah,
Things which will appear.
yeah, because you'll get edges on it, won't you?
Yep. Okay. A dandelion.
Did your sunglasses?
I think your exposure on that is perfect. You've caught all the details. You've managed to keep about everything in, done really well to capture that like that.
Yeah, that's very good.
I'm just wondering, would a different crop,
Yes.
taking the crop in a little bit more?
Yeah. To do well in competition, you've got to lose the messy bits around here and around there and around there.
I agree.
So don't be afraid to crop right in. Try going right in there. Probably even better putting that on a third-ish and sort of cropping.
yeah.
That makes sense? Ross?
Yeah.
It
You're right with
doesn't
that.
seem sharp on my monitor.
Yeah, what? Monitor. We heard monitor.
It doesn't seem very sharp on my monitor
It is.
screen.
It's
Yeah.
the bits that are sharp are pin sharp. That bit, the detail, the rest that's going out just adds to the softness. But all the details where it's needed.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see a different crop.
Oh,
It's a coat that Wabby ate. Yes. Was that later?
again, I just think a bit messy around the back, Ros.
Yeah, he's got the big green thing going behind him.
that is a kill.
Yeah.
And that big
And
one.
the one by his bum.
Yeah.
Just tell the rabbit to move a wee bit more.
It did.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the rabbit's bum?
That's happened in some bums I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Saying that.
Yeah, just ask it to sit in a better place next time, love.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just shot that. Keep trying.
That's better than any ones I've got.
We've got a real. Let's see if I can see whose it is. Who's echoing? Right. Well, I'm not. And Andrea, are you echoing?
Don't think so.
And Andy, are you echoing?
No.
Not as far as I know.
And Brian, are you echoing?
No, I don't think so.
Christine's not about. Oh, yes, you are. There you go. You're back again. It doesn't want to unmute you, Rafa, for whatever reason. David, not unmuting you either. Oh. Okay, well.
I'm unmuted now.
Not me.
But it wasn't me. I was on mute.
There we go. No, it's still not us. Jill? Hello.
I'm still muted here.
No, you won't.
I don't think it's me.
Karen, are you muted?
No. Yes, I'm muted.
And come on, machine. Doesn't want to.
Me, I don't
There
think.
you go. God. Keith, it's not you, is it?
No,
Keith,
no, it's not me.
it's not you. And I can't get Leslie to unmute.
I've just done it.
Right, good. Not you, Ellen, is it? And it's not you.
No, it's not me.
Let's have a. It's Ron. Ron?
Yes.
What about Sandra?
You're not causing trouble.
Is it?
That's unusual. Sandra. Hello, Sandra.
I'm on mute, aren't I? I'm on mute.
Oh,
Put you off mute.
No, I'm off mute now. No, it's not
You're
me.
echoing.
Yeah.
Steve.
Me?
Seems to be okay now.
Was that you?
It's not me.
Yes, Norman.
Go on.
Well, whatever it was, it's gone.
Where's Eddie gone?
Eddie's fell off. He's
took that echo with him.
Right, do we want to move on?
Yes, please.
Now we've got rid of Echo. I've forgotten who we're.
you've just watched it, Ross.
We've done Rose and we've done Malk, so we've got to get a move on because we've
Another 4.
still got another 24 to do. We'll move on. Done them.
Go. Sandra.
That one.
That must.
Nice.
Yep, Sandra.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Are you still in the cupboard?
I'm a what? In the
Still in the
cupboard?
cupboard?
No,
Yeah.
it's me in the cupboard.
All right.
So, blue
I'm in the cupboard. I'd like to, for you to get some feedback as to what I can do to improve what was I put in tonight.
Beautiful.
If they're worth it, Stu.
Gorgeous girl.
Mm.
But
You've overdone the eyes.
Under the skin.
The cheeks, yeah.
Cheeks.
Skinner over down.
Head. Over sharpened the eyes.
Are they? Okay.
So there's a huge contrast between these really, really sharpened eyes and eyelids and a really, 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 really soft skin.
I think the eyes are good. I think just the contrast of the soft cheeks, it's makes them not look as good.
They're very sharp now. Eyelids in particular, they are very, very sharp. But
have you been to my school? Charming.
I mean, the headdress frames the face very well. That's lovely. Now she's holding her hands also in her neck. It's a good image.
Yeah, it is. That's lovely.
Cracking image.
Super image.
I'd go for a tighter crop, the half on the arm on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
And just de-sharpen them eyes a little bit.
Yeah. It's the eyes and the cheeks.
Yeah.
Rosa's also feather on the hand.
Yeah, Rosa's mentioned that.
Oh,
here.
right. Which hand? Sorry. Is it too light?
No, there's a stray feather or something out of the headdress. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
And what you need to do when you go reprocess this is not go quite as much, but make sure you're consistent throughout, including her arms and her fingers. Because, again, you've got a really hand there and unsoft fingers. They're not fingers, those. So a little bit less on your processing. When you sharpen, don't use such a big radius because eyeballs are not pin sharp. Eyelashes are pin sharp, eyeballs are not, and because you've used a big radius, it makes them look softer.
Because I've used what, sorry?
When you sharpen the eyes. So very, very small radius sharpening eyes.
Right.
And when you've done that, Karen, there's a spot just over her eyebrow, her left eyebrow.
Yes. Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah.
That's a tighter crop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get rid of the ribbon in the top left-hand corner.
Now, what you might need to do to do the job softening the skin is by some frequency separation, because high frequencies right all the way over the top of the skin. So if you did some frequency separation, you might be able to just get the skin a bit softer and looking more natural.
Yeah, and less sharp eyes. Yeah. Thank you.
Could be a cracking picture, though.
Oh, aye. Cracking picture model.
Yeah.
Mike, just before you move on, it's funny you said that. I've just been looking into frequency separation.
Yeah.
To just resolve the exact same problem.
Sorry, missed part of that.
I've just been looking into frequency separation to solve that exact same problem.
Yeah.
That you apply everything and you shouldn't. You should just apply it and leave the textures alone.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be very useful for the few cases it works really well. I think this will help. Right. This is another of your arty ones. Any thoughts?
No, I'm not keen.
Is it a matte one?
It just loses. Sorry?
Is it a Marmite one, do you think?
Yeah, it is a Marmite one. I think it just loses too much, you know. What was it like as an original picture?
It was in some long grass. It was quite nice, really, the long grass.
All right. Yeah.
So I've done the texture, and I've and put some colouring in the feathers, and really messed about with it, really.
I mean, if you're going to mess about that much, I'd bring a little bit more colour out in it as well.
Yeah.
Ross says she likes it.
Yeah, thanks, Ross. Thank you. Yeah, I did a few versions of it, but I think I just went for that one.
Yeah.
And a few got the shadows in slightly as well. I tried that. Don't know whether that works. shadows around its
Steve, is it a bottle of whiskey a week that you go through?
Not this one. This is a very expensive one.
Yes, I know which one it is. Yes.
Special
Okay.
occasions.
Back to me.
I'm celebrating not rowing with Mike tonight.
Yeah.
Not done yet.
Anne?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay. So we'll leave. Yeah. What was that last one?
Right. I think 2 birds are a bit too much.
Too much.
Up.
Hmm.
1 bird, I think, would look really well. Probably this front one.
Mm.
All right.
But if you want to keep both birds, what you can do is to make one behind.
Blurred.
Actually, make it a little bit darker, a bit less strong. So you actually have some separation there. Give you depth.
Ah,
Might just start to work then.
yeah.
The other thing you need to watch out for is where the actual bird meets the background. You've got these strange
Feet.
feet. Yeah, look round. You've got some odd stuff going on.
Actually, they were in the grass, the feet, so I just improvised, to be fair.
Why not put them back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I'll develop the feet and try that one. Yeah, thank you.
Right. Okay. Take.
All right.
Who wants to do take a train?
Ooh.
All the process, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that coming from Ron?
Yeah.
You know you're in trouble.
He's learning, you see, slowly but surely.
It's what did you say?
I'm going to mute myself in a minute.
I think. Yeah.
Sandra, did you use one of the topazes on that?
I'm trying to think what I used. I did a texture. Well, it already had steam, so I put some more cloud over it, and it might have been topaz. I have got topaz.
Just be careful, because you can actually see the grid in the background. If you look round his walking stick,
yeah. Ah, yeah.
You can see a little grid. Now, Google it, because I had the same problem, and there is a tick box to untick to stop that happening. So just have a look at that, love.
Where do you mean, Andrea? Where his walking stick is?
Yeah.
Is it not okay? Is it not okay?
And round the arm as well. Sorry.
Yeah, you can see like a grid pattern, and I don't think it was intentional.
Right. Yes, you know, yeah, that was the second attempt I had. The first one, it was weird because it had like patches on his jacket, you know, that had moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But just have a Google and have a look at the settings about Topaz saying seeing grid or something, and it tells you what the solution is.
Thanks.
Okay.
Right, cheers for that, yeah. Google some.
I think I'm not convinced that the effect would work over everything anyway.
Okay.
Well, completely different effect on him than the background. And you really have to take the level down by a massive amount.
I don't know what other people can see, but it seems to have distorted his face.
His face is distorted. He's a little distorted. I think your cutout needs a bit to be desired. You're not quite working.
Yes, yeah.
Him as well, and you have to look for things like that.
Okay.
I think the background's a bit too sharp compared to him. It could do with being a bit softer as well.
Background's too sharp. Yeah. I think I need to start with it.
In the same plane where you've got the train, it's very blurry.
Yeah.
So the detail is quite low. but on him, the detail levels and certainly the feathering between your cutout and the background is very high. It's very sharp.
I would have another go at that one, Karen. I think it could be okay.
Yeah.
That.
I think I need to start again. Probably the idea is okay, is it? But do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it again.
Give it another go, Sandra.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a nice pause.
Yeah.
It's not.
No, it's a nice pause and everything, so it's got a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okie doke. All right. Cheers, everyone. Yeah.
Sandra, you will need to be careful with that because he's pushing his head forward.
Yeah.
Forward. So the angle that you show it to us from needs to bear that in mind. And it may make it less distorted.
So I need to show it as a higher, looking down onto him. You mean?
I'm not sure what level you took it from, but he is definitely leaning forward and his neck's forward, his head's forward, looking down.
Yeah.
But you
right.
When you put it together.
Okay. Yeah, I'll write that down. Stature. Really. Okay. Thank you.
Right. Enchanted Woodland.
That's nice.
It's a bloody big moth.
I like that. I like that one, Sandra. It's nice.
Thanks. Oh, that's great.
Good idea.
Yeah, the other thing is the halo around the face, I think.
Yeah.
Halo around face.
See the white around the halo. And the cut out.
Yeah.
Just seems a bit.
Yeah.
The humongous great butterfly doesn't want.
It doesn't matter about that in this case. It's part of it, isn't it? It's part of the fantasy.
It's all part of it. It's like a fairy tale, really.
Yeah, it's fantasy, Michael.
Yeah, but fantasy still needs to have.
It's got to be real.
Some rules about them. It needs to have.
I thought it was a flower.
Reality.
So if
got to work to getting the best image you can. So great. And
look up on the internet how big the biggest butterfly in the world is.
Oh, I'm not bothered about the size of the butterfly. I'm saying the position of the butterfly. It doesn't
You're
look
breaking up, Michael.
To trunk. It needs to be in a space of its own.
right.
To be there.
Right.
I didn't recognise it as a butterfly, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought it was a flower.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah.
It's,
yeah.
Plus, if you follow the line of her eyes, it goes into that space, which if you could move the butterfly there and perhaps just turn it through 45 degrees so it wasn't vertically down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because butterflies don't fly like that anyway, do they?
Looking more at her, then if you use her line of sight, that's probably where you could give it a go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean, Andrew. I think that would work. I think that it'll kill two birds with one stone, get it out that trunk and reposition it.
Butterfly, whichever.
Whatever it is, yeah. It's the colours, isn't it? The colouring of them.
And one other thing you need to do, you need to do something with repeating pattern on the background. Because it's awful.
The pattern on the background.
Repeating pattern.
Ah.
It repeats all the way up.
Right.
Protect.
On mute, please, Mike.
More
There's really good feedback.
It's Ron.
Is it Ron?
Is it
I think he was taking a phone call, is it?
you causing trouble? So
repeating pattern, yeah.
With it.
And one last little bit I'd add to it.
Yeah.
You've got an awful lot of diffusion going on everywhere, but you need to just have a little bit more diffusion on her arms and because She doesn't look quite cut out, but she's getting that way.
Yeah.
So just on the borders between her and the background, you just want like a Gaussian blur, just a tiny bit, just to so she blends in a tiny bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the skirt and legs are fine, just around the shoulders and the head.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe not the face.
Lovely.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thanks very much. Yeah.
And the day we went to Blackpool.
That's nice.
It has quite a pleasant feel to it, doesn't it?
It's the pattern, isn't it? It's the pattern that gets it.
You need to.
That were Cleveley's.
Yeah, it is Cleveley's.
It is Cleveley's, right? Yeah, so it's down from or up from I forget.
For me, the big bit, I would remove the dark rocks in the middle.
Remove the dark rocks in the middle.
Yeah, them. I think.
There.
Yeah.
You also need to get rid of the halos around the characters.
Yes, you probably a little bit more.
But it's a nice artistic image.
Remove halos on the people.
Well, you've got them everywhere, but they stand out on the people because they're such the people are dark.
Okay.
Processing again, you've got an odd pattern in there, which looks
in the sky.
Yeah, which looks weird. I think you need to tone your processing down a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you added a texture to the
Sorry, what did you say, Ron?
Have you added a texture around the sky?
I had to do something. I did because it was just white and bland. I did create this texture to sort of, and it sort of, I thought it looked like it was gave the effect that it was it had got some colour in it, but it does look. See what you mean? It isn't smooth, but I thought the whole thing looked grainy anyway. I thought it would have matched it, but it's
grainy.
Well, the issue you've got, if you just let me, is that your foreground is extremely sharp and smooth, and you've got these clean lines, and that looks great. You've got your silhouettes of your people, and you've got this very, like what I call antique image sky going on, and the two halves of the image don't fit together perfect. And whatever you've done on that top process, just remove it completely, or add it to the bottom process. So you've, it's like it's at the top process, but it's not on the bottom. You've got these really nice creeping lines and high contrast, and then you've got this very muted contrast and muted tones.
Would you put another sky in then? Put another sky.
Well, it's a bit to your left of your sky where it's all
busy sky.
It's got like a grain going on. I'd just that.
Yeah. You don't want a busy sky.
No. Try and smooth it out.
You want an effect, basically over everywhere, so it is reasonably consistent. So you can see where it is. It doesn't look odd. But if you look at there's a noticeable pattern in there.
Yeah.
Ross said try gradient
on this sort of image.
Gradient.
It throws you.
Yeah. Ross said, could you try a gradient on it to take it down?
Yeah. I could, just the sky bit.
Yeah.
Try a gradient.
I'm not sure it needs it.
You could try it.
Yeah.
It's just the texture, isn't it? It doesn't sort of match the rest, because the rest is like, that's the key thing, isn't it? The fact that it's grainy and the rest isn't grainy. I thought it
grainy.
Sandra, have you got a long exposure sky you could put in?
I'll have a look.
Because that may fit.
Yeah, I will have.
Yeah, because apart from that, it's like where the people are in the image and the shapes.
Yeah. If you were going to put a long exposure sky, you'd have to put the long exposure sea in as well.
Yeah.
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 But the steps and the people work very, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you've got a lot to make a good image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to do some more work on that.
Yep.
Yeah. Wonder if I could chop the sky off a bit.
More.
Them too close to the top.
Yeah, they would, wouldn't they? Yeah. I'll have a look at that sky. I know I can get something more in keeping with the rest of the photograph.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay,
I mean,
thanks.
your light is to your left of your sky. Yeah, so don't darken that area too much. You want your top left to be your brightest point.
Because it's coming that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the brightest point's to the right, isn't it?
Over there, coming that way.
On the left, top left is should be your brightest point. Even if you look at your highlights on your people and your on your people, it's showing your sun is top left of your image.
Okay.
So on all your shadows and all your steps are showing you that. So keep the top left of your image bright.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it was actually burnt out, part of that, when I'd actually taken it, but I thought, oh, I can do something with the sky, because the rest was okay, you know. So you take these rocks out as well.
Yeah. In fact, brightening that top left would make a big difference. If you left it top right.
Okay.
I mean, if you've got problems with that left-hand corner, you can actually do a square crop on it and just forget about that corner if it's burnt out.
What do you mean? Crop it all the way down, or
crop it in half? Just cut it in half the picture, and you've still got a good image.
The shape, the feel of it, with that leading up to the people, needs a long pause over there.
Personally, I think that shape works. The stairs and the people work really well. Like you say, you've got your line leading up to them, and all your lights working where you need a bright something on the top left. So I think the composition is right, apart from them rocks. You just need to work on that top left.
Yeah. I'll keep it edited, I think, and just try and get the sky sorted, I think.
Yeah.
To get the rocks.
Ross said she would.
Here's the butterfly again.
Oh, wow, it is.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Wow,
I like
really
that.
nice. Yeah, lovely.
That is nice.
That's gorgeous.
Lovely feel to it.
There is serenity.
I like a dress. Very Saturday.
That could do well for you.
Oh, great. Thanks for that. Oh, I'm glad about that.
As it stands, Sandra, you're not going to do well with it because you still blended in the person with what she's in. She's just stuck on top of it. So you need to get the shadows looking in part so that it actually exists in a beautiful scene. So your blending needs to be much better with some shadows to ground her and an actual feel in there.
She's sat there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have. Yeah, I have tried it and putting the shadows in, and then I think I put the texture over that, and I think it has ground it. So I think I need to put them in again, some shadows.
If you look a bit, sort of all the way round there.
Yeah.
Which just
looks,
so a little bit more work on getting that bit. That's the only bit you're looking at from the hand there up the arm, that bit of the body. Do some work on that, and the whole thing come together magically. Really good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's got a beautiful.
Right, on with that. It needs grounding.
Yeah.
I think also you're going to need a shadow from the hand to the hip.
Yeah.
From the hand to the hip. That's what Mike said. Yeah.
Yep.
Grounding. Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Thanks very much. Right. Someone else.
Oh yeah, you Mark.
Hello.
Hello.
Is it me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear my mother?
Yeah, can you hear me? Where have you gone?
I'm here. Hello.
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 Yeah, I've got
Can see you, Mike. I can't see your photos.
I don't think they're on the screen yet.
Mike needs to move it on.
Yeah, I've got a series of I think 6 shots. Some standard, bird photographs that I really like, but I've tried some different things that are out of my comfort zone. So keen to get your really critical feedback, please.
Right.
I think first thing is darken your post.
Okay, yeah. I did think about that.
Yep, always worthwhile.
It's brighter than your bird.
Okay.
Right, here's a bloody black one. No, the crop's really nice. I like the square crop.
Yeah.
Looks really well.
Yep. That's the main thing it needs.
Darken the post.
Yeah. Changes your image.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you.
It could.
A little bit more contrast.
A little bit of sharpening.
More sharpening, okay.
A little bit with a very small radius, which will help take out feather detail on the chest. But don't go too far.
Don't go mad.
If you go there, you'll mess it up completely.
Okay.
Would you have more contrast on the bird itself?
I wouldn't up the contrast particularly. It's just there's a lot of fine detail there, but it's just not quite brought out.
Yeah, I've tried to avoid over sharpening.
Yeah.
The other one is one that you can't see, but I think you need it, is a vignette. You've got bright, to both left and right of the bird is very bright.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, there is one there, but I've made it so I got to the point where I took it back where you couldn't notice it, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's the rule of it, but I think you need to still do it a bit more because you are very bright to the right and left. Top right-hand corner, there's a C, if you like, and then there's a green bit here, which is to the right of its breast. And then you go up the other side. Bottom left is all light.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's great feedback. Thank you.
It actually to pull you into the bird then.
Yeah. I'll work on that. Thank you.
Anybody else? Are you trying to speak, Andrea? You're muted.
Oh, sorry. I was trying not to interfere. For a change. Perhaps take the green down a little bit and bottom right corner. I'm hoping it's not my screen because it's a new computer. Have you got a bit of a sensor spot?
Yeah.
Could be. Okay. Bottom right, did you say? Okay.
Yeah.
Quite a few at the bottom, Andrea.
All right. Okay. It's that one that jumped out at me.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I wondered about taking the green down, but the green and the yellow of the beak contrast really, really well. So I was going to comment on it, but then I thought, no, the green in the beak.
Not a lot, because it almost looks artificial. I know it's not, but it almost looks artificial.
I think if you go into the top left-hand corner and just darken that down, so it's not, like I said with the vignette, then that changes it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Because
Thank you.
Looks a bit odd. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Good. It's a daffodil.
Yeah, something I don't normally do, but just an idea, really. I tried a few different crops on it, but that was the one I personally liked the best.
It's a brave image competition. You need to make sure you have a key line because we can't see the edge here.
Yeah.
But see, on that side, all the black, effectively, that's all the picture.
It's a square crop for people who, everybody else that can't see.
So either bring it all the way to the edge of your screen.
Yeah.
And make it 4x3, the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All this black all the way around it. Then it becomes a challenging image,
It's just something different. I wanted to try something different, you know.
The bit for me that doesn't work is on the top right, the petals aren't the same shape as they are everywhere else. So you've got a very defined petal, but you've lost that on the top right.
Okay.
You understand? As you go round,
It's to do, yeah, I know what you mean.
the two corners that should be showing that you see everywhere else to give it that symmetry are either blown out or they're not there. And I'm just drawn to that.
Fine. I've got the whole flower, actually. I've cropped it like that on purpose, just to be different.
Yeah.
You need to bring your highlight down.
Okay.
Into go. I'm not sure
No.
stem.
Sorry.
Not sure about the
I actually think I'd brighten slightly the centre as well.
Lighten the centre.
I would. And I mean, I haven't seen it in Brighton, but with it being so, it looks dull and dark towards you all around the edges.
Yeah.
So instead of me looking at the middle of your flower, I'm looking at all the highlights. I'm going round in a circle.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I get you. I see that. Yeah.
And do something with the stem, because those blue lines that sticking up are a bit odd.
Take you straight out to the screen.
Yeah.
It was just a question. How did you get it to be black? Is that just your exposure? Is that post-process?
No, I just the background. What I did was I put it on a table with an umbrella over the top, so the sun wasn't so bright, and then I just made sure I pointed towards a very dark spot at the back of the garden.
Right.
Yeah.
That was I don't know, maybe 10, 15 meters away.
Yeah.
Ross wants to know what aperture you used.
Oh, I'll have to check. I'll have to check. I think that's F9, I think.
I think she asked for that for the bird.
Yeah.
Oh, did she? Sure,
yeah,
it was
again,
on the ask.
Yeah, I'll drop a note later on.
It might be. I've been trying to jump in, but you've
Where's
been...
the flower?
Yeah, I was going to say I've been trying to jump in, but you've all been talking, so I've not been able to.
What's your feedback, Wendy, then?
My feedback, I like it.
I like it.
I do.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's lovely.
I love the composition as well.
Can't go wrong if all the women like it.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
One
That'll do.
Try. Get rid of that, because that looks awful.
Yeah, it looks like a straw.
But try rotating it. Just rotate
Right.
sort of like that.
Okay.
So that rather than that being pointed out, it's actually pointing in. Try it. See if it makes a difference.
Okay.
Keep
Will
a
do.
sort of crop to it. Watch out for the black bits on the corner. Well,
Yeah, yeah. Must admit, it does look it looks more blown out to me than it did on my screen. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Right.
That was just an idea.
Same thing as your other birds. Look at your stumps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're not stumps, they're birds.
Yeah,
All I can see is big white stumps.
Okay, all right.
See birds.
It's the same stump, by the way. That's
Yeah.
Did you bake it?
No. That's no.
Nailed him to it.
The only other thing,
super glue.
You've got 3 inches at the bottom of stump and 1 inch at the top.
Okay.
So I think it's a little bit bottom heavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might need a bit more on the tops.
Yeah. Ross said, can you drop each of them down a little bit and cut more off the stump? So she agrees.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Vignette.
Put the vignette as though it's one image, not 3 separate vignettes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to do it like that. You do the 2 end ones.
No.
I'm not sure.
That would be difficult.
Try more.
I would do it on all 3.
Because that would mean that the middle one, you wouldn't actually have a vignette on, you'd just have a top and a bottom.
Yeah, but your eyes are drawn back into the three as a triptych then, aren't they?
It's fine. Because
anyway, you could try both.
Try it.
Very similar.
Yeah, I'll try different things. Yeah, loads to go at. Thank you.
Nice shot, Matt.
Yeah.
And your highlights on the one on the right, the goldfinch, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Top of his legs are a little bit blown, just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Detail in them.
Ross said, what does he look like with a black background rather than white?
Yeah, try that. Yeah.
It will.
Do that now in nature.
It might make it look a bit contrasty as well. So, bye. Give it a go.
Yeah, I think it'd suit black background, Matt.
I'll try it. Yeah, thank you.
To bring the colours out in the birds.
Yeah.
Or if not black, down a bit darker.
A football.
A football, yeah. I've just trying different things. Just see, you know, this was a 10 stack shot.
Yeah. It's super.
Very nice.
Moonshot. Yeah,
Is that on the 600?
That was April the 9th, I think. You know, the supermoon.
Yeah, I got that, Matt.
Pink moon.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Exposure, did you? Only 16?
No, I think it's F11.
F11.
And is that your 200 to 600?
It is, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, good.
It's the first try. I mean, I just tried. I think I tried it twice. I haven't even processed the others, but I just liked this, so I didn't even turn to the other. But I've tried before and never got a result really like that. I was just really pleased. Although I was reading later on that on a full moon, because the sun's hitting it head on, you don't really get the shadows of the craters.
Right.
You can just slightly see them on the edge there.
Yeah.
But it was just something different again. You know, don't want to bombard you with birds again, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, the sea of tranquility we can see.
Yeah, that's it.
Just perhaps take the highlights down a little bit, Mark.
Okay.
That bit at the bottom that's a bit blown out.
Yeah.
But yeah, great effort.
Super.
Did you even say cheese?
And a clanger.
The poodle.
Mark.
Hello.
Is that the soup dragon that said that?
Sorry, Ron.
Going back to the moon. Going back to the moon.
Ron, you're really breaking up.
I've tried the internet of people that have done it.
Yeah.
I said, I've been through the internet because I did exactly the same one,
Yes.
moon. And I went through the internet to see what other people had got. And this one, Mark's, is as good as any on there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a gentleman, Ron.
Yes,
Mark, I mean, if you look at the detail on the edge where you say the craters are, if you look at other people's, you don't see it.
Right.
Yeah. You've got dramatic aberration down the bottom there.
Right.
But it's not much.
I can redo it. Obviously, I've still got the raw files. I can try again.
Your highlights down, correct your chromatic aberration, and was your uncle.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Great show, Matt.
Yeah. So just getting low to the water again. Just something I really like. I know there's a lot of messy stuff on the left, but personally, I thought it complemented it. That's, you know, I didn't mind it really.
I think your messy stuff on the left makes your picture. It's the messy stuff on the right that bothers me. It's too bright and yellow.
Yeah. I can always have another go again. It was just, you know.
If you crop just to where the bushes are on the right, crop it down there so you don't get any of that sunlight and you've got a nice picture there.
Yeah. I'll try that.
Otherwise,
Thanks, Eddie.
if put your hand over your bird.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that sunset?
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah.
So your picture isn't the sunset; it's your
It's a
bird.
bird. Yeah.
What I would, if you're going to keep that crop, what I would do first is get rid of that centre spot.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Missing those. Yeah.
Because that's a big blobby horrible thing.
Okay.
And then you got to clone some detail in that.
Say again. I missed that. Sorry.
Clone
Mike.
some detail into that
Okay.
expanse of nothing.
Okay.
And take that down.
And my little tip, Pennismouth, is you've gone really low, which is really nice. But if you'd have come up another, say, maybe 2 foot, you'd have had a tiny bit more of that mist, which is giving it a really nice feeling to the image.
Yeah, I was trying to get the swan's head above the horizon.
Yeah.
Right, well, there's
Yeah,
the next bit. You need to put a little dot in the eye, just to bring the eye out. And if you have a look on the left of your picture, top left you've got a cloud, bottom left you've got a cloud, and then right on the edges of your frame, pull you out.
Right.
You don't need them.
Okay.
Yep.
Good image.
Great. Thank you.
Right,
great that. Thanks for the feedback. That's great. That.
No, Mike's showing you there. That needs brightening. That.
Okay.
On there.
I have already brightened it. I'm just conscious of overdoing it.
Take some of your yellow.
Yeah.
And give it a small rim light around the edge of the neck and the beak.
So you've got
See what it looks like. You've got some.
Yeah.
Enhance it.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Because it doesn't look. You've got light and then you haven't got light. That makes sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm with you.
Take your yellow light and put it a little bit on the feathers on the right hand side of it. Maybe on the left hand side, the left wings. Just a little bit. I know they're not there on the bird because it's real, but I think it would make it look more real.
All right.
If you
Okay.
put yellow on it.
That light is there.
Is it there, Mike?
It just wants enhanced a little bit.
Yeah, it just needs bringing out.
Yeah.
That's great. That. Oh, that's great. I've got loads to go at. Thank you.
There are quite a few sensor spots. It would be worth getting it cleaned.
Yeah, to be honest, since I took that, I have cleaned the sensor.
Very nice. What we're going to tell you there, Mark. Have a look at it. Tell me what I think.
You might have some comment about the perch.
The perch being bright white.
Right. I've got the message.
Do you like white perches?
It's the way they were, but yeah, I've
Listen, in
got
Photoshop,
some
it can
work
be the
to
colour
do.
you want it to be.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's great. Fantastic.
So Malk says there's some that look at the tail.
Tail's going up.
The feet have gone.
Yeah, and Roz says it's beautiful.
It is.
Looks fine. That one behind's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't mind that going and that because this is spot on.
Yeah,
So
you're a robot
we've
again,
got
Mike.
this.
Upset.
I've got a question.
Yep.
The tail's going out a slight bit. The back leg's going out a slight bit.
Yeah.
How much does that affect competition images?
Depends on
Depending on the judge, that. Doesn't
Yeah,
it,
when you
Mike?
could.
Some judges completely and utterly slate it because the whole thing isn't actually.
Well, I missed that, Mike. Say again. Did slate it what?
You're being a robot. Sorry, Mike.
Some judges will slate it because it's not absolutely pin sharp, nose to tail everywhere. But more educated judges will look at that and think, yeah, the tail's gone out a bit. So what?
Yeah.
I mean,
The better you judge, the better that'll do.
It's my
Malk likes the background as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's untouched. That.
Yeah, it's a great shot, Mark.
Yeah, honestly, when I pressed the shutter, I just knew I had something. I knew there was probably going to be problems, as you've demonstrated. But when I pressed the shutter, I just knew I had a shot there.
You can only put it into a conf and see what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does depend on the judge.
Yeah.
Some like it, some won't.
You could always take a little bit of that wing and add it to the tail.
You're allowed to now, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's great feedback. Thank you very much, everybody.
How many have we got left, Mike?
We've got years now. Not that many. Two.
12.
Right. And it's a blue bottle.
It is.
It's a blue bottle, a lump of green growing
out of it.
All right.
But the fly itself is beautiful.
Details amazing.
Where it needs to be. Head is pin sharp. Tail is still sharp enough. Plane of focus straight through it. Back wing's going out. So what? Back wing's going out. So what?
Big problem.
Go on.
You've got 5.5 feet in front of it of pulling your eye.
All right.
Then first 3 meters in front of it, you need to get rid of.
Okay.
I told you that, by the way. On
I
Facebook.
know.
Now, if you crop it down to that, then your image, it's about the image, but that's what it is. You've got, let's say, 3 meters there.
All right. All right.
Yeah. All that blurry stuff at the front.
Yeah.
Told you.
I know. I'd already put those in. I wasn't messing with it.
Oh, can we go back to it, by the way, please?
Oh,
go back to it. You've got some nice blue there. Bring it out.
Where? Oh, there. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, on its back.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got some browns, which are oranges, which are yellows and reds. Again, just a touch. Bring it out.
Okay.
Pop.
Right. We got a fox.
Lovely.
Super.
Very nice.
It is.
Hello. You could do with making the fox a little bit more fiery.
I'm sorry, he's not that colour.
I think she's
I'll
in
tell
some
him.
ways, again, a bit of colour in it. Because of your black, you've got a black and white background.
Yeah, all right.
So by adding a little bit of the orange into it, just a touch, not
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
and dark and desaturate a little bit the leaves on the grass. You don't
Okay.
need them. But I reckon you make that pop.
Is it a portrait of a pop?
It's a fox.
It's a fox.
Is it a portrait of a pop?
Very Very sharp.
And also had a gingerbread man on its back.
Hug off.
Mal said, what about vignette?
Vignette, yes.
Is it a portrait, Andrea?
I don't know.
It's not doing anything, so it's got to be a portrait. So why don't you do it as a portrait rather
Okay.
than a landscape?
What, you talking about a portrait orientation? No, because he's looking in space over here.
Yeah, he's looking into the space.
Right. Just looking at it to stop it. Right-hand corner, Andrea.
Yeah.
Right in the top.
Yeah.
Left-hand corner.
Okay,
Up there.
boss.
There we go. And I think a vignette would help get rid of. You wouldn't have to get rid of them. A small vignette would do it for you.
Yeah, it's got one. It just needs up in a bit.
Every picture.
Definitely bring that out. Them orange. You got some lovely colour there. Bring it out. Like you said, there's just a gingerbread man on his back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Like that.
Somebody's nicked the downspout.
You what, Les?
Somebody's nicked the downspout.
Probably the jackdaw.
Right. I might be wrong here, but crop right in. If you look at the crop right in to the edge of that white stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you've got a metal thing in the corner by the look of it.
Yeah. It's called the roof.
That mess in that corner.
Yeah. So you don't need that. But you can crop up there. You still got room. Maybe not as much, but room.
Okay.
That's nice. That.
Extend your background.
It helps.
Get rid of the mess and then maybe extend your background a bit.
And I'd dodge and burn that round its back. Dodge and burn all this in. You'll get some great 3D looking.
Okay.
And on the tail.
Yeah.
You've got some beautiful colours coming out. You've caught them really well, but they're so faint. Those magentas and those blues, those
yeah,
they're really hard to catch. Got those.
Okay.
Just enhance them.
All right.
One more and all. Look under its left foot.
Yeah, take it down a bit.
Yeah.
Can I ask if you're not talking, can you go on mute and see if we can get rid of this echo?
No, it's awful, isn't it?
Oh, go gone again.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from.
No.
It's gone now.
It's gone now.
Struggling a bit. That's gone.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Right, thanks.
Right.
Nice
Yeah.
shot, Andrea.
Thank you.
Hover flight on washing.
As you can tell, they're all lockdown pictures.
Yeah.
And you've also got 14 meters there in front of it again. You don't need. It's like a runway, that.
Just a little bit. Get rid of that sticky up bit there. Get rid of that one.
Yeah.
Across there. Darken.
Across there.
Just a little bit. Bit of it on there. It's fine. That bit
and
unfortunate.
Mike, do we need all to the left? We could bring that in and all, couldn't we?
Yeah, you could.
You could bring it down there.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
And one more, bring out the colour.
Yeah.
Left.
Not one, because that's probably pretty close. So just a little.
No, the browns on the back, Mike, could just be topped. Be nice little bit.
Okay,
A little bit underneath could be brought out. Just we're all talking maybe 2 plus 2.
It's only a little bit, yeah, but just a bit will help.
Okie dokie.
Yep. I think
World's biggest fish.
Bird. That fish looks amazing.
It does.
It's
Love it.
really, really, really such a shame that the bloody duck isn't sharp.
Blue whale spotted in Crime Lake.
Graham Curry would like it. It's got both eyes on.
He's looking at Andrea.
Well, considering it was taken from across the lake,
not bad.
It wasn't bad. I should have really wanted the one before when it crept up behind the other grebe and bit it on the bum.
Did that eat the grebe?
No, but it made it shift.
That's huge.
It was huge.
Your title should be, "Have you just ate my son?"
Well, yeah, there were plenty of those type of titles flying around, but it is nature after all. So, yeah, just thought I'd chuck it in.
Brilliant.
I like it.
How did you shoot that, Andrew? How were you waiting for that to pop up?
Just got its mate.
Yeah, the fish popped up, as they do sometimes, literally behind the other grebe, bit it on the bum. That one shot off. And usually when the carp come up like that, they come up more than once about in the same place. So I just stayed focused in the same place and got lucky.
Right. Nice.
Definitely. That was the second time out with the 1DX and the new 500. Fell in love with it that minute.
Yeah.
You never told us you had one of them.
Treated myself. Not got my pension yet, but I've treated it.
Thank you. Already.
Ross said stop showing off.
Yeah, super.
Yeah, that I'll never take another one like that.
I will say, don't know.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
Apart from the 3 meters.
Meters at the bottom. I know.
Don't need all that.
Okay.
Right, 1 I can live with. 36 means you've got a fetish.
Okay.
Bit more colour in him.
Yeah, I
Make
mean
the oranges pop.
Quite warm. So you don't need to compensate to make it less warm.
no, I didn't. I've not done much to it.
Yeah.
It was taken at 5:30 in the morning when it was still dark,
Yeah.
or still partly dark. So it's had a little bit to try and bring it out a bit, but I shall add a bit more.
Bring some oranges into it, Andreas. A nice picture of that.
Yeah.
And get rid of the 40. Like I said, all that cold at the front just pulls you. You're not looking at the fox. You're looking at what all this is.
Yeah, it was a bloody hill. It came up the hill behind it.
Blurry stuff in front is often a major distraction.
Okie dokie.
In your mind.
I shall get rid of it.
And dark.
3 meters of it definitely is. How did she get 3 meters on a fly?
Right, we have playtime. This will be yours, Eddie.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Good luck.
Right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Gird your loins, everybody. Get ready. Hold on.
It's the corona.
Nearly.
T-virus. I recognise it.
Yeah.
T-virus. That's the umbrella, yeah.
Yeah,
I actually tried making the T-virus thing, and I got all right with it, but I need more work with it.
Yeah, the umbrella caught. What's it called, that series? It's the
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Yeah, that's it.
If any of you want to play a really good game, it's Resident Bio. It's the scariest thing you'll ever do. Put your earphones on and do it in the dark. Honestly, heart attack material. And the graphics are real. So,
yeah.
The bottle on the right looks bent. Is it that what you intended?
Fell over. And it's leaked all the virus, which he's going to inhale. Because he's got the virus with all the zombies in.
So that pink cloud stuff,
It's got a shit mask on.
is that on the background?
No, it's coming up from the thing.
Coming from
Coming off
the
the liquid.
stuff,
Yeah.
from the red stuff.
Right, I've got one comment, Eddie.
Go on, mate.
Your glassware looks too perfect.
When you're working in this kind of environment, you have to have perfect glass, otherwise you let all the zombies out.
It's too perfect.
Right. Well, every single one of them glass bits was my first go at making glass
Yeah,
tubes.
it's a good first attempt. Now you've learned how to do it, you can redo it right.
No, it's my stopping in picture, that.
Ross said,
No,
my
the-
perfect
right.
cake.
The hardest thing there, and it took me over 2 hours to do, was that sign, biohazard sign. That was bloody hard. You're drawing, you get it wrong. One angle out there, and it went to pot.
Mount said there's no diffraction.
I don't have diffraction on my pictures, mate. If you come out with me long enough, you'll realise that.
Moving on.
Mount just says glass.
Glass.
Still don't get it, mate.
Right.
This is what I'm quite proud of.
Yeah, I like this one.
Dave Jones's locker. David Jones.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think you got some really good looking flames on that boat. You got some crap looking flames on this pole, and this is really close. You need to do some more work with that. I like the smoke coming off it. It's sand.
There isn't a lot of smoke coming off that.
No, there's a little bit, but you'll need a little bit.
Yeah.
The smoke you've got coming off this, though, has got some very harsh, sharp texture in it. It's smoke. It's in the distance. It should be blurry. Should be softer, that bit.
Yeah.
That hand looks a bit weird.
It's a claw.
Yeah, I know. It still looks a bit weird. And
It's still a claw.
This thing that he's got is actually disappearing into his leg thing, into his tentacle.
Testicle.
Yes.
That woman next week, by the way, works on textures. All them legs are textures.
Yep.
Good luck to her.
So I've got a couple of comments.
Go on then, mate.
All because I've been looking into it. Again, the boat in the background, if you look at the sea it's surrounded, there's almost no detail in the sea. But then you've got this boat with a lot of detail in the flames and everything. So to me, it needs to be toned right down. So the saturation levels and the detail levels are similar. And again, when you go to the tentacles of the guy, you look at the beach and the sea that he's on, there's no details whatsoever in the sea. But you've got this very high detail level in his tentacles.
I think when it's printed, you won't see that.
No, I'm not disputing that, and the shadows. But you've got your casket at the front, your chest, with very low detail. So that's really good because it's got low detail. But then you go forward, and he's got a lot more detail. So it's just, I don't know how it stacks up a little bit.
I think it's not detail, because if you look closely at it, the detail matches pretty much. What it is contrast.
Yeah, well, tone, contrast, and saturation as well.
Contrast.
Atmospheric perspective.
So, and that's very high contrast because it's basically black and whatever's behind it and the flames. But the sea,
it would be, wouldn't it?
It's quite.
You wouldn't see every. That wouldn't be. Is it the night picture on fire? So the flames will light above, but not below. Generally.
I mean, it's just a matter of twiddling your contrast a little bit, or adding some extra contrast to the sand and the water.
Well, it's a great image.
Fabulous image.
Yeah, but have another of these flames here because they still look too fake.
Okay.
And the hair also still looks a bit fake.
Yeah, your syrup.
It's not a syrup actually. It's my real hair.
Keep it in a cupboard.
Under the stairs.
Right.
I used for the hair on that one. I used actual leather.
Yeah.
Now this started off as I bought all these cogs, and I was photographing them for steampunk backgrounds, and just started to play and play and play. And that's how that got on. And then she had a black dress on, so I turned it into a steampunky coggy dress.
Like that, it's good.
Not sure what that is there.
That's part of the.
That's a crack.
3 strikes.
Sorry, forgot about them.
I put a rust over it, and it's just where the rust is.
I think it's just a bit strong.
Oh, I can get rid of that.
It looks as if sort of there's part of the dress there and then something else underneath it, so it makes this bit look unreal.
Ross said, could you ground her a bit better? She says it looks like she's been hooked into the middle of the clock.
She's number 12. She's at 6 o'clock. Truthfully, that's what I thought when I put her in. She'll be 6 o'clock. But yeah, I was playing about with these. I was playing about. It was my mum's clock, and I was playing about. I've photographed these cogs. So
are you still supposed? So Ross said, are you still supposed to see the hands behind her if she's at 6 o'clock?
No, it's just a clock. It was a steampunk image that I put her on, and I played with a dress.
Right. No.
Yeah. I don't think
Ross likes the idea of the colours.
Yeah, I don't think that's meant to be a ground that she's stood on. She's just sort of floating.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I haven't put a ground on. It's otherwise there'd have been a line across there, and then I put the perspective in to flatten the thing. It was more of a model shot for April.
Yep.
Before she gets too big, she's up the tub.
Okay.
There's one thing I need to change on this, which I'm not happy with. I've called it Night Stalker. And it's the actual getting, when I can get Mike again, he's going to be the stalker. But that was it.
Well, who's that in the corner?
It will be Mike.
That?
Not the figure.
No, not the girl in the red. That's not going to be Mike.
It's like a window, isn't there?
Yes.
I didn't understand where you were going with that one.
Yeah. No, I've got one there. It's not right and everything. I haven't got the image yet to do that. I mean, we are in lockdown. I have been doing it. That's why I said playtime. In lockdown, I've produced bloody loads of images I would probably never have done.
Can I make some comments, Eddie?
Yeah, of course you can.
I think there's too much distance between those because there's sod all in there. And you have to.
There's a film called Gollum, 1919, something like that. And that's where I got the idea from.
Mm-hmm.
He was in love with this woman, and he was also a mad scientist who sent out this creature to kill everybody that he was jealous of. And he used to stalk her. And as you know, back in them days, especially the Germans, they used to make these backgrounds and streets that look like it is. So I'm happy with that bit. It was more of, like I said, I'm playing about.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when I look at that, there's nothing there that is real apart from the girl and the window on the left. All the rest is concrete. The steps are concrete. I made them. Misty's cloud, so that's real. So it's just a play on the idea of 1920 films that the Germans in the 1920s were making horror films that scared the living daylights out of everybody, and it was this and Dr. Calgari's cabinet of Dr. Calgary. So that's where I'm up to on that.
Mm-hmm.
Ross said, does she need to be a bit bigger? She's not sure the steps look right compared to her.
She's at enough pies, to be honest, but.
No, I think what she's getting at is you've got your foreground steps that if you've got your average 8-inch rising on a step, and your background steps, proportionally, those background steps should be another 15 foot away to have that main difference in height. And then she's disproportional to each set of steps. I think that's what she's getting at.
Yeah.
Could be bigger in there. Yeah.
I think
like I said,
your perspective is a bit out. You look along there and then look along there. That is a lot steeper than that is.
Yeah, flatten it a bit more.
These are quite small compared to these, and that's not far.
Yeah, just set them steps back another 8 foot, so they're way behind us, so they're at head height, and then it'll all be more in perspective. So what she stood on isn't, say, a 4 foot platform; it's a 10 foot platform.
Could have a look at it again. This is, to me, is all practice of I'm using that woman next week doing textures. She made steps with textures and walls with textures and tentacles with textures. I don't know. So that's all. At the moment, I had nothing. and I've gone from nothing to a girl in a red dress. That was the idea. But again, it was based on the Gollum.
Yep. Well,
That's good.
yeah,
Nice one, Eddie.
quite impressive. Right. Oh, look, one handsome.
This is Mike when he can't pull a bird. He's been out to nightclub. He's been out to nightclub and they've all turned him down, so he sorted them out.
Them all and set fire to nightclub.
I'm actually chuffed with this one. I did a pic. This was meant as it was. I did a picture with Mike with a hanging tree, and I actually really liked it because of what it. I played the game, for instance. Watched the TV series The Witcher. Mike doesn't look like The Witcher, but I did a hangman tree of The Witcher. So what I thought I'd do is do one with more detail, and again. The bloke in front, Mike's head, obviously, but the bloke in front was a silly so-and-so at Lincoln. Do you remember him, Mike? I kept saying, listen, you're really tough. You're a killer because that's what you're looking like. Could you give me the face? And he kept grinning at me. Big, stupid, heady grin. So, but the costume was good. I used that. And then I put some rust and changed his beard to ginger. But then I was short of hanged bodies, so the wife helped me out. That's why you haven't seen her on cam for the last couple of weeks. And I just played with the image, and then I wanted... Right, there's a perception that witches are burnt, depending what part of the country you're in, depending whether they were burnt. Some were drowned, some were hung. And if you were in Lancashire, they were burnt generally. But I was just an image of the hangman tree I did a long time ago. Be fair on that, Marilyn Roberts said, fantastic background, fantastic figure, fantastic tree, but you scared me with the pictures of the dead bodies. I actually hung a Barbie doll. I've made some clothes for a Barbie doll, rags, and then hung her from my washing line.
Daughter would kill you.
And spun her. Well, if I ever hung my doll, right, I'd have to do a lot of clothes for my doll. So, no, but that's what I did. I hung her. So the rope, the neck, the doll, the clothes are actually real. They were hanging on my washing line.
Yep.
I like that one.
Yep, right. Do like that.
I like that one, Eddie. But on my screen, I can see a line across Mike's middle that corresponds to the lighter part and the darker part of the background. Is it just me?
No, it is there.
I can see it.
No, it
Yeah, yeah, I can see it.
And that just touches my eye.
Yeah, I'll have to take that down, but it isn't because I've left something in. It's just where Mike's.
It's just a coincidence, but it is
yeah.
catching the eye just there.
Yeah, I can take that out.
Spotted. Yep. Right. And finally.
It's an image I've been playing with for quite a while. It's not done yet. I'm still playing with the idea. I've actually switched it for a while so I don't go blind on it. Demon Lord.
Looking better.
Is that a tree stump for the volcano?
Not a tree stump, no.
No. What for you use for that?
Bark. I have used tree bark. It's not a stump. I've used tree bark, and then I've dodged and burned it to give it depth. About 4 or 5 layers of tree bark with depth. It's my first go at, I've wanted to do a volcano. So I did him, and it was getting the background. So I thought, oh, I'll do him in a hell. So I've had lots of ideas of doing stuff. I wanted the mountains in the background to look like teeth, up and down, more jagged than real mountains with ups and down slopes. It was more of teeth I wanted. I wanted it to look really horrible place. And the muscle man I picked out was actually stood on, which I drew. The model I picked on, he was stood on something. He had 1 foot on I don't know, some. So I put the skulls in. But then I have a problem. Where did the skulls come from? Why would there only be skulls there? So I did the gate. Now, I'm a bit weird, as most of you know, is they reckon hell is surrounded by iron railings. Because demons and ghosts don't like iron. And that means they won't come out of it apart from the gate. So you can only go in the gate and come out of the gate through that, or through a hole. So that was the idea of what we've got going on there. I'm not sure whether I should take out the railings on the right and just keep the gate. The gate is I've got that in my house, and the railings, and that's got skulls in. See, so that's where they come across. But I'm happy with my man, my demon lord. Whether I use it in that picture or not, it's still playing with it and ideas. And I wouldn't be able to do it if I hadn't been on lockdown, to be honest. So.
No, it's good. For me, I'm like, where does all the light come from that's lighting up his face? Because it's a very strong light source. Then you'd see a bit of shadow behind him. And your volcano's the light source, but it's coming in the different direction. So that'd be the only...
Well, that's it. When you walk down the street, the sun could be behind you, but the sun could be hitting, for instance, a window and hitting you in the face. So you've got reflective light. So when you're looking at a big scene like this, when I've looked at stuff in big scenes, again, I've done the same as you, Steve. I've looked at things where there's like, well, it could be anything that could be in front of him. It's just perspective to what, if it was in a room with, like, funny enough, I'm doing a dungeon scene now with my girl picture I'm doing. It's where does light come from? It's not always from, there's no directional light as in sunlight in it, because it's in hell. But
no, I'm only giving you
no, I agree, Steve, I agree. But again, when you look at somebody in the street, they're not always lit by the sun.
No,
cars
is lit by the same thing.
Yes.
So there's a big light source that's lighting his face up that bright. Should it be lightening that gate up in the same red?
It could be done, yeah. Like I said, this is what the appraisals are for. You get blind to. I put a lot of hours into these, and you get blind to them. I've not just had one on the go. I've got about 6 or 7. So it's one of them that I'm playing with ideas. So I've got one going now where I've got a demon, a blood witch. The only good thing on that is I've actually got a model to model for me, and she's done that. April, the girl in the time, she's a model for it, and she's going to do the other one where I've got the angels falling from the sky.
Yeah.
So I've been working with quite a lot in a small period of time, because I get obsessed with ideas, and the reason I put these in tonight is not for anything more than, listen, people, you can do anything you want in photography, just get it done.
Yeah, definitely.
Eddie, just looking at the demon, I mean, he looks a bit film star-ish with those lovely white teeth. Do you think he'd have sort of like really grungy looking teeth?
Well, have you ever seen my teeth? Mine are grungy, and that's what they are. I just think it's the way I've lightened it.
Yeah.
Then I've actually got a texture over them as well.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
So that
the
might
other
have
thing
popped it.
is, to my eyes, and I've got terrible astigmatism, so it's probably my eyes, it just looks like it just needs a tweak, 2 degrees counterclockwise.
The horizon.
Yeah, just a bit counterclockwise.
Yeah, it is slightly down on the right-hand side.
It is going down.
It could be on a hill, but...
Yeah, that can be sorted. Like I said, I've got about 80 and 90. There were about 100 layers in him. And I know in Photoshop, I have a decent computer, and my Photoshop loads in within seconds. And when I actually put this on to save, it can take 4 or 5 minutes to save it. There's that many bloody files in it. So it's easy enough done. I just take him out, alter him, and put him back.
Just the mountain and the gates just need 2 degrees that way.
Well, to be fair, I'm now looking at it. I haven't looked at it now for about a week. I'm taking out the railings. The railings make sense to me, but because I've read enough about it. And Mike, I never did get rid of that, did I? No, that's part of the hill.
Yeah.
Originally, I was going to have a path that run from in front of the gate out straight out to us and bent round the hill to the left. I wanted a path in there, and I might still actually do that. The other thing I was going to do is all the textured foreground I was going to turn into lava, and that still might happen. So you've got bits of lava in front, but if you can have a look, I've got some flat bits, which is tree bark, and the ones in front, different tree bark. And I'm going to turn that, I'm thinking of turning that all into lava.
But if you had the lava in front of him, that will provide the light source, won't it, for him?
That's what this. When I first put this texture in, it was going to be a big lava area, because hell, and other areas that are not. He's a demon; he can do what he likes. Lava doesn't bother him. You know, he lives in hell. So it's all the other stuff. But yeah, it's playing with stuff. And
yeah,
when I first built him, the light source was, in my eyes, from one area. I didn't have an idea what I was going to shove him in at the time. I just wanted to build in. I've done another one, as some of you might have seen bits of it, is my demon girl, Blood Witch, which I'm playing with now, and I'm working on the light source there. Funny enough, I've decided to put her in a cavern. Realm of the Blood Witch, I've called it, but where do I get them from? It's the voices in my head.
It's you.
Rosa said she just realised the light bit in the middle of the gate is a pale part of the volcano.
Yes.
She originally thought it was part of the gate, so...
Yeah, no. Mike shouted at me for that, and I forgot to take it out.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I'll get rid of the fencing and just have the gate. And if I have lava to the left of it and lava to the right, and the path going in, then I won't need a fence.
Eddie?
Yes?
There's, between his left wing and his leg, there's a white spot, and there's a couple further back.
It's what has come out of the, when I've got the texture, and I've gone and flattened it to make it look groundish. It's
Right.
what's come off that yet. Again,
Yeah.
it's nowhere near finished.
No, it's fine. It's just, hey, hang on a minute. You can tell me about my bloody foreground.
No,
I'm
you
telling
tell
you
me what
about
you
3
like,
white dots.
Because that was all supposed to be lava. Andrea, that'll all be lava.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I realise it's not finished, but I'm just getting me on back.
No, you carry on. You tell me what you want, Cop.
Are we going to move? It's 10 to 10 now. I'm conscious
Yeah.
of time.
Cowboy time.
10 to 10. 10 to 10 to 10. Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Eddie.
Cheers, love.
Yeah. So thank you all very much. We've gone through a bit where we had a problem with sound and then it fixed itself. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I think tonight was quite successful. Stop it. Behave yourself. So this is an ongoing discussion that me and Mike are having around what systems to use. So thank you all. Keep safe. If you've got any questions at all around anything we're doing, if you've got any ideas for what you want us to do, let us know. And if there's nothing else, has anyone got anything?
Just a big thank you to the committee for doing what they're doing.
Yeah, thank you.
So a big thanks for that.
Yes, thank you. There is a lot of work that's going on in the background at the minute, so it's taking a lot more time than it used to do. Let's put it that way.
Appreciate
Recorded this. I don't know what it'll be like. Okay, is everybody all right if I put it on YouTube for the other members to look at?
If you edit my bits out, mate, that's an about Karen.
Yeah, you put on what you want, mate.
Yeah.
No problem.
It's only for us anyway, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you all very much. I'll close the meeting, and we will see you next week for our
speaker.
Textures.
Lovely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good night,
Yeah.
everybody. Thank you.
Lovely.
Don't
Thank
forget
you.
the closing date for your first quarterly.
Yep.
Oh, I don't have to worry about things like that.
No. All right. See you all next week.
Right.
Stay safe.
Bye, everyone.
Stay safe.
Good night.
When is the closing date? Sorry.
14th.
14.
Okay. Oh yeah. Right. Okay.
All right.
Night.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.